Good morning, YouTube. Today I got a kind of fun one. I'm going to tell you some pro tips on how to scam yourself a free test drive from a supercar dealership.
So are you recording all of the nefarious activities?
If you're new to the channel, my name is Dan, and we are in my garage, and we are not at my shop today because it is Sunday morning. That is actually the inspiration for why I'm doing this video. Is I just had a conversation with someone trying to scam a free test drive from us, and they were going to have me come into the shop today on my day off, lose time from my family, and really piss me off wasting my time. So I wanted to talk about what are some things that are red flags and what are some things that people do that are signs that they're probably not a real buyer and they just want to either look at the car or test drive the car. So let me start off with just reading the conversation I had with this person. Let's see at what point you think it's BS. Hi there, just reached out about your 87 Testarossa. Are you available tomorrow, 1/12, to show it? I said, hi Mike, I can swing by at the shop at 1 p.m. to show you the Testarossa. So far, a little bit weird, like, okay, didn't ask any questions about the car, just immediately went into, can I come see it? Fantastic, can I share your cell phone number? I will call when I arrive, mine is blah, blah, blah. I share him the number, and I send him a link to the location, because, by the way, if you're ever coming to our shop, sometimes Google Maps sends you to the wrong location, so make sure it's actually in Liberty Hill. So he's like, sounds good, thanks. Then we're on this morning, that was this morning, sounds good, thanks. Will you be able to take me for a ride today? Okay, in my book, that immediately, he's not buying this car. As soon as he said that, he's a joker. He's not trying to buy a car, he's just trying to get a free ride. Because number one, he hasn't asked a single question about the car. He has expressed no interest in the car whatsoever. All he's talking about is the ride, getting a ride in the car. Pro tip, people who are actually going to buy cars from us pretty much never bring up the test drive or driving the car or any of that stuff. In fact, we have someone who is very serious about the Testarossa, and I've been negotiating with this person for quite a while, actually about a week. My confidence that they're going to buy the car is pretty high, and I could talk about this because by the time this video comes out, I'll know if they're buying the car. And they have not once brought up taking the car for a drive. In fact, they said, I just want to see it in person before I give you the money to verify that everything's as you say. That's it. That's all they said. They didn't say anything about taking it for a drive or whatever. And here's the funny thing is, because I know they're serious, I'm probably going to just offer a test drive because I think you should drive cars before you buy them. So I have no problem doing that. So I followed that up with, are you a serious buyer or just looking to get a ride? I'm just going to cut right to the chase. I'm very serious trying to make a decision between yours and another local 87 Testa this week. Okay, now I'm definitely confident that this person is full of crap, because the probability of another 1987 Testarossa being for sale that's local is near zero. There's like 3 or 4 in the country, and not even just the year, right? Like, to specify that's an 87, probably not. And so I said, there's another 87 that's for sale. That's interesting. Do you have a link to it? I'm curious to see it, because genuinely, if there was, I would like to see it. And I'm curious about how much they're asking and condition and see my competition. He said, oh, it's no longer listed for sale since I expressed serious interest in it last Friday. That doesn't happen anywhere. No one's going to pull their ad because you reached out to them and were like, I'm interested. Why? What world are we talking? No, okay, this guy's just definitely digging a hole now. So I said, our policy is that we don't do test drives without a non-refundable deposit. It keeps all the people who are looking for free joyrides away. And it worked really well by saying it, because he said, all right, forget it then. I have 3 other cars and don't need a free joyride. You're missing out on a real cash opportunity. So I said, okay, bye. Yeah. Well, people are going to probably give us crap again about the non-refundable deposit thing. So I'm going to clarify a few things. We use the non-refundable deposit in 2 scenarios. One, if you're remote and you need to have time to come arrange seeing the car or something like that. And honestly, a lot of times in those situations, if you're far away, we accept a plane ticket as a deposit, because that shows you're serious. Like, people aren't going to fly across the country just to scam a free test drive. The non-refundable deposit we actually use more often just to scare people away like that who aren't serious than the actual serious buyers. Now, obviously, if you're seriously interested in it, we do like getting the non-refundable deposits when you need time to arrange the purchase of the car, because we're still paying interest and insurance and all that stuff, and we're having opportunity lost if we're pulling it off the market. So once you want us to pull the car off the market, that's why we do the deposits. Someone who's local, okay, that's another big pro tip for you guys. Local buyers on these type of cars are very rare. It is extraordinarily rare for someone to be looking for a car that's this specific and have them actually be in the same town as us. So if you are in the Austin area and you want to come see one of our cars, and it's a Ferrari or a Lamborghini or a Porsche or a McLaren, well, not a Porsche, but a McLaren, we're already got our spidey senses up. Is this person real or not? Like, it's different when you're buying a Mustang or a Corvette or something like that, because there are commonly those cars locally, but a 1987 Testarossa doesn't pop up in your town. Hardly ever. If you just happen to be in the same town as that car, great, but it's really unlikely. In fact, of all the people who have expressed interest in it, 0 have been in Austin so far, except for apparently this guy. So that is the second pro tip, is if you're really truly trying to scam a free test drive, do it not local. Do it in a town that's an hour or two or more away, because that is more legit to those who are, actually selling the cars. Now, obviously, bigger dealerships are totally different than us little dealerships. But here's the thing. For us as a little dealership, and people are like, why do you care so much if people want to take it for a test drive? Number one, if someone crashes one of our cars, our insurance, which is already extremely expensive, is going to be even more expensive. And I'm going to be really, 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 really mad. And you're going to have an extremely bad day, because my insurance, here's what's going to happen. You probably don't have insurance that can cover the cost of the car. So we're going to file a claim. We're going to say you crashed our car, and our insurance is going to then sue you. And it's going to get really bad, because we're going to get our money from the insurance company. They're going to sue you, and then they're also going to drop our coverage, and then I'm going to be really mad at you. So it's going to suck. The whole thing is going to suck. So you really don't want to take one of our cars on test drive and crash it. Second of all, for some reason, this stuff always happens on the weekend. I'm there during the week, just like you guys are probably at your job during the week. I don't want to come in on the weekend to show you a car unless you're actually going to buy the car, because I'm taking away time from seeing my kid, seeing my wife, seeing my dog, enjoying myself, trying to not work for a brief period of time, because as I own the business, I work a lot. I work pretty much every weekend anyway, but I'd like to do it from home. I don't want to have to go into the shop, especially to spend an hour or two of my time showing you a car, having you look around, and then taking you out for a test drive just to have you be full of crap. That really pisses me off and makes me upset, and it's a waste of everyone's time. Here's another thing. A lot of our buyers, if you're trying to buy one of these cars, a lot of the scammers looking for a free ride are always like, I can only come see it on the weekend, or I want to do it on the weekend. A lot of these guys have the ability to take time off and get out during the week. And if they're serious about the car, they will make the time during the week, because they know we're not open on the weekends. And so they don't ask for special things like, hey, can you open up on the weekend to show me this? They say, I will make accommodations to come see you during your business hours to make this deal, because I want that car that bad. I'm willing to take time off from work to come see that car. But if you're not even willing to take time off from work, you're probably not interested in the car. Think about that for a second. You're making a purchase that's over 6 figures, and you can't even take the time off from work. That's a little fishy, right? Those are kind of some of the big red flags. Obviously, the way people discuss things with these cars really does matter. People showing zero interest in the car themselves and going straight into other talks is usually a weird thing. Most people want to ask a few questions about the car, ask conditions, something, right? Like, if you don't ask questions about the car, we get a little bit suspicious, because it's very odd. Like, you're spending a ton of money on a car, but you have nothing to ask us about it. I mean, I'd like to think that we've presented the car very honestly and with a lot of data, but I'm pretty sure we didn't represent the car perfectly, and that there's probably something that we missed and that you would like to ask us about, and that is completely normal. I get it. Like, you want to see these cars, you want to have a joyride in one of them. The best part is you want to do it for free. Well, I hate to say it, but it's just kind of shitty of you. It's not cool. So please don't do that. Anyway, appreciate you guys watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell, and I'm sure you can bitch about something I said in this video in the comments below. So please do. We do appreciate you guys' support. If you go to normalguysupercar.com, there you can buy parts and services from us. And of course, NG Supercars, our dealership, where you can attempt to try and scam a free test drive from us. We'll see you guys in the next video. We're going to be doing a lot of cool car stuff. You're going to want to stay tuned. It's going to be sweet.